Ooh. Oh. Here's Sweet Daisy. What do you think, Sweet Daisy? This is Joe Kersey and Paul Bennett here on Tuesday, August 11th, 2015 with Daisy. And it's just about 10 minutes after noon, after 12 in the afternoon here, Eastern Daylight Time. Daisy's having a little bit of a quiet moment after a fairly vigorous morning, a Daisy morning. She's here by her toys. We have Nyla. That's a Nyla from one of our now sadly gone dogs. We have Duck Carcass, which started off as a squeaky toy, but there was sort of an autopsy in situ there. We have Kong Spider, along with Tennis Ball. And we have Valvoline Can, or Harley Davidson motor oil Valvoline Can. Now here is some Posture D calcium, 600 milligrams. It's 600 milligrams of elemental calcium as calcium phosphate, which is by far the preferred form of calcium to take if you can find it, and don't mind paying the extra bump for it compared to calcium carbonate. The phosphate is far more physiologic in terms of absorption and in terms of potential effect on renal function, and in terms of how it interferes with parathyroid function and thyrocalcitonin function. But check out the size of these pills. Now here's my hand. Now that's 600 milligrams. Now the standard dose, quote standard, unquote standard dose, is 1200 milligrams a day. So that's 2 of these things. Now the target population for this stuff are little frail 80-year-old women. Now they have to try to gag these 2 of those things down, and now it seems the target population is about to include Paul.
And no, I'm not 80 yet.
No, he's not 80 yet. Hope you make it to 80. Hope we make it to 80. Well, I think we will. He went and saw his orthopedic guy, or an orthopedic guy, who I guess now is his orthopedic guy.
Yeah, I got a new one.
Yesterday, down in Pickerington. And he just got a call from the hotel, and they want him to go through all that disability paperwork that he went through with his fibula. And so that's going to be a bit of a dog's breakfast. But actually, I made the point. I said, if you're actually handling all the paperwork yourself for one of these disability claims, a case can be made that you're really not disabled. That could be sort of like a catch-22 check and test on disability claims. They make it so hard that if you can actually do it, then you're not disabled.
Bitch.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, Ask and it shall be given unto you. Alleluia, alleluia. 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 I found myself singing this on the way home from the attorneys this morning. Ask and it shall be given unto you. I suppose that could be a negotiating philosophy. There wasn't anybody there to negotiate with today. That's going to happen next week, next Tuesday. So, as I keep saying, we shall see. Crack a brew, Harley.
I'm about to.
And Paul's about to. And there really there wasn't much new happening in this meeting. I mean, I think his purpose was to be sure that I sort of understood what was set, what wasn't set, what needed to be dealt with, what needed to, what we didn't need to deal with. But I will tell you something fun that I can tell you. We sit down and he sort of sits and looks at me, and he's the kind of guy, he often won't let me get a word in edgewise until the very end. Well, that's there. I'm there to listen to him, so that's fine. And he says, I want to ask you something, and I don't intend to offend you in any way. He says, but I have to ask you this. I said, fine. I didn't know what he was going to ask. Well, I thought I had a couple of ideas what he might ask, and one of them was the next question. He says, you do know you're a hoarder, don't you? You do know you're a hoarder, don't you? I said, oh my, yes. My dad was and I am. Yeah, sure, I know I'm a hoarder. Except it drove my mom crazy. He says, good, because we're going to have to tell the jury that, if they want to come down and see the property, as they are entitled to do if they want to come down and see the property, we have to be sure they understand that the fact you're a hoarder in no way affects the value of the actual property. I said, fine, yeah, fine by me, sure. So, and then we talked, we talked some specifics about where things are going to be and what we need to ask about and so forth. Well, home safe by the grace of God. And Paul, I guess, now they've got this thing about physical therapy.
Right. He wants me to do it bi-weekly.
Twice a week.
Yeah. Well, I haven't called him yet.
The physical therapy people.
Right. It'll take place in the same.
Yeah, it'll be down the road. They won't be over in Pickerington.
No.
Well, how long, is there any time here about how long you're going to be off? I mean, with the filing of this disability stuff, it seems to me that they're anticipating...
I have 4 weeks left.
4 weeks.
Because I didn't use up everything.
Now,
my leg.
Now I'm seeing something here that hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's been, how long do you make it? About two and a half weeks?
Yeah.
That's about when the hardest part hits. Did you try the gum that you've got? Well, not gum, but the patches you've got?
No. I'm going to.
You are or aren't?
I am.
You're just using this as a tide over?
Calm me down.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just wondering. I mean, it was, you know, for 2.5 weeks you were soldiering on there. I didn't even realize he hadn't smoked for about the first week until he said, "Oh, I haven't smoked in a week." That shows you, you know, how much I. Well, like I said, just don't pay too much attention to it one way or the other. Well, okay. Thomas and Kelly Carter are down at Hilton Head with her parents, and they said they spent most of the day by the pool. The pool yesterday, and said they offered Carter a free root beer if he dove into the pool, and he dove into the pool, so he got his free root beer. But I said to Paul, I have a feeling that.
Did he actually do a head dive?
Yeah, I know.
Or did he just jump in?
No, it's the head dive thing. Yeah.
All
I
right.
said I bet they would have given him the root beer anyway. Well, the tree guys didn't come back today because we had just like a huge. Yeah, we had a downpour. It was about 2. It wasn't quite 2 hours, but about 2 hours last night, around sundown, and well, no, it was about 5 o'clock, and
I got to drive in.
Yeah, the ground is very saturated. Yeah, Paul got to drive home from the orthopedic guy in it on the freeway, which is always fun in Columbus at any time, whatever weather, but particularly fun
even without rain.
when you got, you know. Well, there it is. So, otherwise, a benign day. So, we'll say bye-bye, YouTubers.
Have a good night.
There, we'll zoom in on the agency.
We're enjoying the sunshine, blue skies,
We'll enjoy it on the agency there.
and the decorative clouds of the color on the TV.
Well, I showed Paul's agency. I'll show my agency. Alrighty, bye-bye, guys.